This little bonus lesson where we're going to learn how to do rotations. We're going to take these boring old rectangles and make them rotate. That's right, it's going to look wild, so let's get into it. To make these rectangles rotate, all right, what we're going to have to do is add a push and a pop right beneath it. And just to tell you what this does, it basically just says what we're about to do is we want to rotate each rectangle individually. So I just want to make sure that everything I do, all these rotations, it only applies to whatever's in between the push and pop. So we always kind of like just make sure that our transformations, because if you're in geometry, you know that rotation is a transformation. Those transformations only get applied to whatever is in between the push and the pop. So we add that there first. All right? Now the next thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to translate our rectangles by I and J. And then we're going to change the rectangle to 0, 0. Now, you might be wondering why I'm doing that. Is because what we're doing, man, this is some trippy stuff, man. What we're doing is we are moving each rectangle. We're setting the origin of each rectangle to 0, 0, and we're moving the coordinate plane to I and J. Holy cow. You know what? Just follow these steps and it'll work. But basically, we are shifting the coordinate plane to where I and J is. So like we're shifting the coordinate plane to here. And so now 0, 0 is right here. Bear with me because this will make sense in a second. Or maybe it won't make sense, but at least you'll be able to do it. Now we're going to do our rotation. And what I want to rotate this is by mouse X. All right? And that's it. This will do it. And we're going to have to refine this a little bit. So check it out. Ready? And you'll notice that this thing rotates insanely fast. Because the reason this is rotating so crazily is that it's actually in radians mode. And radians, if you know radians, is each radian is equal to about 60 degrees. So each pixel I moves it about 60 degrees, which is too much. So what we're going to do here in the setup, we're going to say angle mode, and we're going to put it into degrees, something we're probably a little bit more comfortable with. And now you'll see that it's actually 1 pixel is equal to 1 degree. You see it does that nice little movement. Now the thing you might notice is that it kind of moves around a pinwheel, because as you might have remembered, I told you that the origin has shifted to like right here, right? So each one, and it rotates around that point. I told you this might make sense. What I'd like to do is I'd like to make it actually rotate from the middle of the rectangle. And there's something to do here where we could actually do this. It's called rect mode. And what we could do is set the center of these rectangles, like where the rectangle is drawn from the middle of the rectangle. So now it's actually being drawn from right in the middle. So now they have that nice little rotating effect. And now we get this kind of coolness. Ooh, look at that. That's fun, right? Rotating rectangles, rotating rectangles. Now we're having a good time. You know what? I just want to do this just to make it look a little bit nicer. It's like a little offset. Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. All right. And now we can have even more fun here. So let's actually add a fill to this. And we'll say it's like mouse X, mouse Y, I don't know, I. And now we can, whoa, now we're having fun. All right, that is all I wanted to show you. That's how you make your rectangles move, rotate. You can make any shape rotate like that. You just have to first translate it, then do the rotation, and make sure you shift your shape, not from I and J, but to 0, 0, because now it moves with the origin. All right, have some fun with this. Peace out.